Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Global Investment Journal, our English series here at LW Asset Management YouTube channel. My name is Vicky. Before we start our analysis, please don't forget to like and subscribe our video and YouTube channel for more content. We share our insights on global multi-asset management through our English videos. Today, we'll introduce a company that we've been keeping an eye on. And honestly, we like it the more we do research on it. Mondelez International. It is an American multinational confectionery, food, holding and beverages, and snack food company based in US. Some well-known products of Mondelez are Oreo, Ritz, Cadbury, Chips Ahoy, and Toblerone. Some people may think that this stock is a bit boring since it is in the consumer staple sector, but we find it very interesting and we look at it as a company in its harvesting period. Diving into their business model, it is obvious that you would expect biscuits and chocolates to be a big part of the revenue. Surprisingly, they announced that gum and candy had increased the sales during COVID-19. It might be that people snack at home or want to chew gum with their mask on. But most likely, they are paying more attention to developing other sectors of their brand than biscuits and chocolates. Normally, we will create our own graphs, but for Mondelez, I purposely screenshotted their presentations because it looks very stylish. The graphs from their annual reports are creative, and I think it shows that the company gives efforts in sculpting an innovative brand image. When we look at food and beverages companies, we should not only look at the number of brands under this company. That is not the largest factor we consider. Instead, we have to look at which brand dominates the market. At a global scale, we know that Oreo and Belvita are very popular, but on a local scale in the US, their brands are pretty well known as well, such as Chips Ahoy and Ritz. They also have tasty brands around the world like Cadbury, Dairy Milk. We all know that this chocolate brand is very popular no matter in Hong Kong, UK, Australia, India, or Ireland. Moving on to its financial gains, let's look at the earnings of 2020 and the first quarter in 2021. Under COVID-19, we see a major decline in revenue for 2020 at emerging markets. On the upside, it bounced back this year in the first quarter, and the brand name gained a higher recognition after COVID-19 as well. On the other hand, we think developed markets are a stable increase. We believe that there are no surprises in terms of chocolates and biscuits. They will grow stably. However, for gum and candy, it is another story. There are more possibilities of expansion here. At the very least, we would expect a base effect happening in this sector. Gum and candy are worth keeping an eye on. In terms of their strategy for growth opportunities and business development, we think their tactics are based on a long-term mindset, which is definitely positive to see. They keep acquiring other companies and make partnerships. On this slide, we also pay attention to the advantages of pricing ability, how they convert costs to profits. However, we don't want to see situations such as monopolization in the future. We feel that pricing ability is a very important advantage in the consumer staple sector, which is why we like this stock and chose to do a sharing on it. Other than that, they have strategies that build on their existing strong business foundation, such as portfolio reshaping, brand marketing, and good ESGs. Even though this sector does not give many surprises, Mondelez tries to tactically innovate. For example, it cut costs previously in order to achieve volume-driven profitable growth this year. Like I mentioned above, this company is at its harvesting stage. They are preparing for its increased sales volume after COVID-19. For its portfolio, they try to focus on making both global and local brands more well-known. Somewhat a strategy of globalization, I would say. which I suppose should increase volume and improve sales in general. This company gives me a distinct impression within its sector because of its globalization strategy. It creates a lot of expectations for growth. Moving on, ESG is another huge factor as to why we like MDLZ. Let's take a look at their ESG strategy, which I find very interesting. There are 3 components: right snack, right moment, and right way. I will talk about these 3 components individually. Right snacks refer to creating a broader portfolio and catering to more consumer needs for better well-being through eating snacks. For example, they try to use more plant protein rather than man-made sugar or coloring. This minimizes the health impact on consumers and at the same time, lower costs and emission in their production process. Right moment refers to how accessible their snacks are, and mindful snacking, meaning how people can enjoy and savor the experience of eating their snacks. You might think this sounds very vague, but they have goals set in order to solidify the concepts, such as putting a snack mindfully icon in the packaging of the products. They hope that the icon would remind consumers to pay attention to the pleasures of snacking. They also have a tactic to redesign the snacks, such as to animal shapes or to size it differently in bites or cubes to make consumers indulge with the snacks more. It sounds very funny, but it's pretty interesting and unique in terms of how this company attempts to improve so in ESG. For right way, they look at more of the production side of the products, hoping that they can minimize pollution in producing snacks and even promote conservation through them. One key goal is to be a role model in the industry through creating a sustainable operation philosophy and production chain. They aim to reduce carbon emission by 10% and make 100% of their packaging recyclable, with recycling information on the product, which is pretty impressive if they can pull it off. Overall, the ESG plans are one of the factors that persuade us to invest. If you are a big fan of ESG, do check out their website. In conclusion, it is not a particularly outstanding stock in terms of its one-year performance compared to the whole US market. However, if we consider its industry and size, they have pretty decent returns. To analyze the stock technically, it reached a new high in early June, higher than February 2020, and broke through from last year. In our Chinese version of this video uploaded in early June, we thought the forecast PE ratio was not worth the buy and recommended to wait for a correction. As predicted, MDLZ is currently undergoing a correction, and we may consider increasing our exposure to the stock. Below the graph is an overall product mix of Mondelez since 2017. Just like what we said above, biscuits and chocolates are a very stable growth for them. For our FATA model, it has a very high rating. You can see that the shape of the hexagon is pretty wide and fat. Its fundamental, technical analysis, ESG, yield, and growth momentum are all graded pretty high. It would be my pleasure to invite all of you to join our membership for free by scanning the QR code on the right. In there, you can find more factor analyzed for different stocks. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below on how you feel about MDLZ, and we hope to see you in our next sharing.